One about High School, I'm Tanner Strive.
And I'm Jaylee Steinman.
And you're watching
Cutlass TV News. Here's a recap of all the winter sports by Tanner Strife, Ben Schlunkus, and Mason Goffey.
It's important to know what to post and what not to post on social media. Here's more on digital citizenship by Logan Ferrari, Robert Thomas, and Sam Edmondson.
Digital citizenship has become a big concern within the BHS community. We talked to Counselor Chad Cross and sophomore class president Josh Fife about how digital citizenship can affect one's future.
The things that you post on social media now can be seen by anybody. So even if you're not friends with that person, they can still see what you post through somebody else's Facebook, Twitter, or Snapchat, social media accounts. And it can affect your future. When you apply for a job, they check your Facebook, they check your Twitter, they check all your social media avenues.
I think that will greatly affect my future because those things never go away. Even when you delete your post on Instagram, it's still out there on the internet. People can still see it, and that could affect you when you're getting into college because they'll look for stuff and when you're getting a job.
Then they gave us some tips on digital citizenship.
Like if you don't know who it is, you shouldn't follow them or let them follow you and have access to your stuff if you can, and don't post anything you're going to regret tomorrow.
Is to think about things before you post, and knowing that the concept of having free speech on a social media avenue is also giving somebody else the ability to utilize their free speech to respond to what you post. So by posting something on social media, you're setting yourself up to be criticized by somebody else or to have somebody else that doesn't agree with that point. So before you post things, one, I would say be aware that if it's strong, if what you're posting is a strong opinion about something, to know that somebody else may not agree with that opinion.
With Robert Thomas and Sam Edmondson, I'm Logan Ferrari with Cutlass TV News.
Today, voting takes place for the best Gateway books. Here's more on the story by Andrew Phillips, Brian Reyes, and Isaac Peterson.
On March 10th, the Gateway books are being voted on for the upcoming Gateway Awards. Librarian Mrs. Ferguson explains more about it.
The Gateway Award is a reading promotion that is done every year in high school libraries across the state of Missouri. It's sort of like the Mark Twain Award that many people are familiar with in elementary schools. There are books that are at the high school or young adult level that are selected by a committee every year from the Missouri Association of School Librarians, and then high school students across the state read those and select a list of finalists that is pushed out to every high school across the state. And students then read those 15 books, at least 3 of them, and vote in March on which one they thought was the best one.
Sophomore Sarah Copeland explains why she took part in Gateway Reading and what she's reading.
I just chose to do it because I just felt like reading a lot of books, and that presented an opportunity for me to have a list. I've read all of them, actually. I'd have to say my favorite was Some Boys, because it actually does sort of have an impact on the social climate today. It was about rape allegations and how a victim is supposed to be believed, and yeah.
Gateway Award nominee books generally have a wide variety of topics. There aren't any sort of stipulations or regulations about what would qualify or what wouldn't. Generally, they tend to have protagonists that are young adults. This year there's everything from murder mysteries to science fiction stories to books that are realistic, like dramas. But it could be a little bit of everything. And past winners include things like The Hunger Games and Divergent and The Fifth Wave and Hate List, which is about a school shooting. So there's a lot of different variety.
With Andrew Phillips and Isaac Peterson, I'm Brian Reyes, and this is Cutlass TV News.
Here's an introduction to all the spring sports by Noe Sosa and Sarah Bell.
Coming up at BHS are spring sports. We talked to tennis player Corey Walbrink about why he started tennis.
My older brother played, so I kind of played with him a lot, and then just got a lot better than everybody else. So
Corey also told us what he's looking forward to for this season.
probably just winning some games for a change, rocking out in tennis.
We then spoke to soccer player Jenny Saloy and baseball player Elliot Tuttle about what made them want to do their sports.
I've been playing soccer since I was 4, so I just enjoy it.
Back when I was a kid, my parents wanted me to play, and they put me in a t-ball, and ever since then I've just been playing.
They also told us what they're looking forward to.
To improve myself and to spend more time with the team.
This season I'm really looking forward to hitting the baseball and having fun.
Finally, we talked to track runner Tui Asaley about his reasoning for starting track and what he's looking forward to in track.
I didn't really do much in the spring, sports-wise, and so my best friend Michael told me to come out and try it out, so I did. This season, I'm looking forward to hopefully making it to state with my friend Vestal and Michael.
With Noe Sosa, I'm Sarah Bell for Cutlass TV News.
I'm Savannah Truitt.
I'm Samantha LaValle.
And this is Sam and Sav Sports Report.
Last week, the Lady Pirates semifinal game in district started with Lee Summit North up 9-2 in the beginning of the first. Belton started chipping away and was able to make defensive stops.
Belton came out strong in the second half. As a team, Belton forced 13 turnovers and came away with 26 rebounds. The final score was 47-46, with Belton ending Lee Summit North's 24-game winning streak.
Belton then played Lee Summit at the district championship game, unfortunately taking a loss.
The boys basketball team fell to Lee Summit North last Tuesday 64-60 despite Lonnie Harrell putting 15 points on the scoreboard.
Joe Lynn notched 3 3-pointers and scored 12 points total. 3 other players also added 10 or more points for the Pirates.
Courtney Keith contributed 15 points and Jaden Clark had 12 points.
Belton finished the season 16-9.
Also, this past weekend, powerlifting competed, winning the men's division title as well as the women's.
Your Pirates brought home 60 medals and won 3 of 4 Lifter of the Meat Awards.
Tune in next time for Sam and Sav Sports Report.
Thanks for watching Belton High School.
Remember to tune in next week.
And as always,
Carpe diem.